Hi, everybody. Welcome to Halftime Live on Brew Sports, the best time of the day when it comes to talking about the sports world, because, frankly, nobody does it better than Brew Sports, but really nobody does it better than myself and Tanner Burke.
You gosh darn right.
Tanner freaking Burke, how the hell are you, sir?
Super
duper?
Super duper.
Super-de-duper.
It's another Monday,
It's a great day to be alive.
I guess.
It's a Moody Monday.
It's a Moody Monday.
It's a hell of a day. It's a great time. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
It was Brew Sports on a Monday.
It was Brew Sports on a Monday.
Yes.
Sometimes it's hard to apologize for who we are and what we do on a daily basis. Mondays, I feel like we just automatically, you know how the professors take the lowest test score and drop it? We as a network kind of take our Mondays and we just go,
big curve.
Let's forget about this day as a whole. Because
so apologize ahead of time.
We are. We're going to apologize ahead of time. We got some good stuff for you folks today. We know you want to talk about the tournament. We are going to talk about the tournament. Some people's brackets, everybody's brackets, aside from those 0.000.12.001% of you that are still perfect, which I'd like to just call BS and hacks on because nobody can be that perfect.
You know, it's funny because I've lost so much of my credibility.
You had credibility?
In 3 days.
Oh.
This
is news to me.
I had 4 predictions, and they were all wrong. And Jeff came on and commented on something that I said in a video on Friday after the fact and said, "Oh, what about that pick?" And I'm like, God.
That's the thing. Everybody is always watching.
Oh, Wazowski.
Always watching Wazowski.
I got one thing right, though.
What's that?
Did say Villanova was going to be the first 1 seed to go
That
down,
is correct.
So.
You did. And
was I
sure
happy
enough,
that it was Wisconsin?
Down
Absolutely
goes
not.
Nova.
Absolutely not.
Bye-bye, Villanova.
Ugh, all right.
Like a ball to the face of Vern Lundquist. That's how the Badgers popped out the Nova. Yeah. The Nova, what are they, Wildcats as well, too?
Whatever.
Yeah, something like that. James said you picked it a 16/1, not just
did.
saying that number 1 seed. Did you go back and change that?
I did go back and change it. I had to. I'm not stupid. Stupid.
Come on.
I thought this year was
not
going to be the year,
happen.
but overall I did say Villanova was going to be the first 1 seed to fall. I wasn't wrong.
Gotcha.
So,
all right. Well, we're going to be joined a little bit later in the program by Jeff Childs to talk about the NCAA tournament.
It's pretty relevant right now.
Semi. It depends on your definition of relevance, I suppose.
Everywhere.
Oh.
It's literally everywhere.
Literally everywhere. I've had people coming up to me. My wife and I were playing basketball yesterday just at a local court.
Why not?
Because why not? And these kids, probably no older than 6 and 7 years old, are out there first of all, checking their smartphones. They're just bro, is Kansas winning? I got him in one of my brackets. I was like, you guys are 7.
Oh, my God.
And they're just out here, balling it up. And they're just this one kid was, trying to do crossovers and stuff on me. I was
look at me, I'm Lonzo Ball.
I know. I thought I just packed him one day. Shut down. Sit down. Get out of here, you crazy little kid.
Yeah, no, it's pretty irrelevant. I could walk into an Italian restaurant and see it and find it on TV. Let me get my spaghetti and meatball and how about the Kansas game on TV number 2.
How are you doing over there?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. You just sound like you're from New York. You're just not actually even from Italy. It doesn't sound like that in Italy. I don't want to break your mind there, but
it's a Monday.
I guess so. It's a Moody Monday.
It is.
Which is a great thing because we get to talk about things that are just setting us off over the edge, making us love life. Because if we don't love our life, you're sure as hell ain't going to love yours, right?
I'm a shell of myself today.
You are a shell of yourself. It's okay.
That's a Monday.
You know who's a shell of themselves?
No.
Himselves?
Go ahead.
Once was themselves?
Sound it out.
Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick.
He's so good at sports.
He is. If he was as good at sports as his hair was at growing, Colin Kaepernick would be the GOAT. He would be the biggest GOAT in the sports world.
What voice are you doing right there? What is that?
I don't know.
Are you trying to do Boston accent?
No.
It's a combination of Australian and
yes.
Eastern European.
GOAT. I don't know. Tom Brady's the GOAT.
Just sounds like you just came from the dentist and your mouth is
Novocaine.
Anyway, so what's going on with
Colin Kaepernick? He decided that he needed to be relevant. He had to go have lunch with Spike Lee. And Spike Lee, when he took time off from doing his Capital One commercials from the NCAA tournament, having steaks on a plane.
Yes. We get it. It's a pun. I love it.
Brilliant. Love it.
It was funny.
I love it. It's phenomenal. Anyway, it's fantastic. Anyway.
It's the greatest. It's the best Capital One commercial.
They love me at Capital One. Anyway, he has lunch with Spike Lee, and Spike Lee goes out and makes this Instagram post being like, yo, bros, just had dinner, had lunch, had whatever I just had with my man. The big thing, though, that bothers me about this is that Spike Lee is trying to make the argument that something fishy is going on behind the scenes, that Colin Kaepernick is not signed with the team because he thinks something's going on.
Everything's a conspiracy.
Everything's a conspiracy. Here's a newsflash. Maybe Colin Kaepernick just sucks.
It's not even just that. He does suck.
He does.
And on top of that,
why are we trying to make this thing happen?
Nobody wants this thorn of an NFL player on their roster. It's not worth the headache.
At what point do you sit there as a NFL team going, Jay Cutler, Colin Kaepernick, Josh McCown?
We're not talking about Matt Ryan. We're not talking about Russell Wilson. We're talking about Colin Kaepernick, who hasn't been good aside from one season, and it wasn't even
And here's the news flash for all of you. The only reason he was good is because the Packers secondary sucks. Sorry, just getting that off my chest. So you're welcome, Colin Kaepernick. Maybe that is the reason that you were even remotely relevant. Maybe he should come to the Packers as a thank you and say, look, guys, I'm not going to play a single down, but I'd be more than happy to come and just sit on your roster because I basically owe you guys for any sort of career money I've ever made.
David says Tim Tebow greater than Colin Kaepernick.
Yes, 100%. I will go to my grave believing that.
I would take the Tim Tebow headache any day of the week over Colin Kaepernick's.
I don't know if it's as much of a headache.
What
headache do you get? You get a caring, genuine guy that just can't play football.
You don't need to take Motrin or Tylenol for that headache.
Usually not.
For the Colin Kaepernick one, you got to get prescription painkillers, and you could probably talk to the NFL about that.
They'll hook you up. They know a guy or three. If you missed our show, what was that? Friday, Thursday, something like that.
Last week.
Saturday evening?
I don't know.
We did a Saturday evening show. No, we didn't. Anyway, so I'm just really moody the fact that people are still trying to make this Colin Kaepernick thing happen when it really doesn't need to happen. Let it go. He's not that good.
Oh, my God.
Somebody's going to be stupid, probably the Browns. Someone's going to sign him. He's going to be terrible.
It's like Johnny Manziel coming out of the draft. It's a headache.
You're right.
No one cares.
No one needs that kind of problem.
He's not good. I mean, it's ridiculous that Spike Lee even had to come out and say something about this.
Why does it have to be Spike Lee? Like, that's the thing. Like, why are you basically using a guy for his name just so he can endorse you?
Yeah, absolutely. That's 100% what it is.
Like, why?
I don't know. It's not even Spike Lee's sport. I mean, he doesn't really have any ground to speak on here. And quite frankly, Colin Kaepernick's just not good.
When did Spike Lee become the catalyst and the driver of all things New York sports? Just because he sits courtside at Knicks games, is that what makes him relevant?
It's ridiculous that he thinks, like, what? Does he think Roger Goodell is up to the fact that Colin Kaepernick hasn't been signed yet? Okay, so where's the talk about Adrian Peterson? Why hasn't Adrian Peterson been signed? What about Jamal Charles? What about all these other guys? Mario Williams still out there.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Shoot. Ted Thompson, get on that. I didn't know that.
Anyways.
Strange.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, as we continue to wrap through this day, your comments are always appreciated. We appreciate all of you that are continuing to comment already. But don't forget to hit that share button. That's a big deal. We like it when you share. As mothers once said, sharing is caring.
Just do it. Share. Do it.
What was that?
I don't know.
How was that? Now we're just throwing out accents all over the place like we don't even know what the hell
Just share it. It's the greatest share button in all the world. I
Brew
promise
Sports.
you that.
They love
I
Brew
wouldn't lie
Sports.
to you unless I was talking to you via camera on Facebook Live. Anyways.
What are you moody about today?
Tiger Woods.
Why? He's not relevant.
That's exactly it.
Wait, I'm confused.
All right, here's the deal.
What's the dealio? Lay it on me.
Everyone is talking about whether or not Tiger Woods is going to play in the Masters, and nobody should care. Tiger Woods is dead.
Not really.
To the golf world.
Okay.
He is
like
a joke.
Easy.
He has knee problems. He has back problems. He has neck problems. He's never going to be the same Tiger Woods he was 10 years ago. He's not going to break Jack Nicklaus's record. Even if he does play in the Masters, he's going to be an embarrassment to the rest of the field. He's going to get paired up with some young stud like Jordan Spieth in the first round, and Tiger Woods is going to play terrible, and Jordan's going to play worse just because he's playing with him.
You think so? You think Jordan
would
play?
I lie to you?
I think. Well, I feel like Jordan wouldn't play down to him. I feel like that would be the moment if I'm Jordan Spieth, to be like, I'm going to kick this guy's butt up and down the field because he's terrible.
It's embarrassing.
It is.
Tiger Woods. I would love to see Tiger Woods be a shell of the person he was 10 years ago.
He is a shell of the person
He's
he used
not
to be.
even going to be close. ever. It's not going to happen.
So
everyone's holding on to this fact that, like, maybe the Michael Jordan of golf will come back and be good again. No, it's not going to happen.
No?
It's not going to happen.
So then why do we
It's been
keep
years.
trying to make Rodger Federer, not Rodger Federer, wow, I'm looking ahead at my notes.
It's coming up, don't worry.
Why are we trying to make this happen then? Why are we trying to make Tiger Woods coming back? Is he really doing anything productive for the golf world? No.
No. If anything, he's taking some of the spotlight away from some of the young guys that are out there, the people that we should be rooting for, the next generation of golf in Jordan Spieth, in Rory McIlroy. I mean, these guys are the guys we need to be paying attention to, not whether or not Tiger Woods is going to come back and win another Masters.
You're correct. Dave says, is the sport of golf better or worse with today's Tiger? It's worse.
It's worse.
100% worse.
I thought he was going to say, is he better or worse without Tiger? If Tiger was in the game right now and he was still very good, still in the top 50 even in the world, maybe I would be okay with it. I would maybe say he's adding something to the sport. But he's taking away from the things that matter, and that is Jordan Spieth, and that is Rory McIlroy, the people that are the future of golf. So,
did we ever see this with Palmer, with Nicklaus?
No,
none of that. We didn't have to.
They knew it was their time. When it was their time, they knew they needed to step away, and they did. It was
why is Tiger still trying to remain relevant? Because he has nothing
dropped
else
off
to do
so
that?
quickly. He dropped off immediately. It was like a switch. It was night and day. And people wanted to see, like, if anything, a gradual decline in his career. They wanted to be able to predict when he was going to be able to leave. Mm-hmm. It would be like if Tom Brady just sucked. He was just the worst quarterback in the NFL next year.
Keep talking.
So it's not going to happen.
Not going to happen.
But that's an ideal comparison.
Right. Dave also goes on to say, would you root against him if he was on the leaderboard on Sunday?
No, I would root for him. Absolutely, I would. I want to see Tiger win. Of course I do. It's not going to happen.
Yeah,
it's not going to happen.
And that's the biggest thing I think with all of us is that we're not saying that we want Tiger Woods to just completely give up the sport of golf. We're saying, look, either Tiger be good or just get out, sort of a thing. Like if he's on the top 25 leaderboard all the entire tournament, well then yeah, good for him. We're going to of course want it because he makes the sport of golf better when he is playing good golf. But when he is a bad golfer, he does nothing to the sport. Absolutely nothing. Even when Jordan Spieth has a bad day, he still is doing good for the sport.
Right.
That's
he's
my
still
biggest
playing
thing.
better than Tiger.
What's that?
He would still be playing better than Tiger on a bad day.
Yeah. Dave says, is this the same as Jordan? I'm assuming Michael Jordan in his final years. Dave is just hitting us with the hard questions here today, giving the people what they want today.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, Dave.
You know, I don't know.
I was too young to fully understand the Jordan comeback, so that was my issue when he came back. When I heard he came back, I was excited for like 0.5 seconds, and then I was like, oh, he's playing for the Wizards, a team I don't care about. Never mind. And then I just forgot about him. So I think that Jordan should have stopped while he was ahead, kind of like maybe Brett Favre, but Brett Favre kind of did good when he came back for the Vikings organization. That's my biggest issue. You remove the Jets year, and Brett Favre did good for 2 years with the Vikings.
Michael Jordan's the greatest of all time of the sport.
Yes.
People will debate that, but he's the greatest of all time. Tiger Woods had potential to be the greatest of all time.
True.
He'll never break Jack Nicklaus's record. He's never going to be the same Tiger.
No, he never will. He never will. You're right about that.
Kurt says Tiger just needs to get old enough to play on the senior tour. Then maybe he could be relevant again.
Yeah,
he
I
probably
guess
would
so.
be relevant again.
What's the age limit to get on the senior tour? 60?
Tiger's an embarrassment.
He is.
The Ryder Cup?
Terrible.
Oh, my God. Sneaking into the team photo, everyone's just like, Tiger, you can't sit with us.
I don't know if he knew that, though. Like,
he didn't,
I think
which
people
is why
are
it's
getting
hilarious.
Tiger's I think that's the biggest thing
I'm the
in all
greatest.
this.
I'm the greatest of all time. I'm going to be in this picture because I should be on this team right now.
Sure. That's what it is.
Why has this show turned into me just doing an impression of Alec Baldwin doing an impression of Donald Trump?
Because that's everybody.
Also, Jeff says Tanner doing a good Alec Baldwin impression.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we need to move along with Moody Monday, though, don't
All
we?
right. Sure, why not?
All right. The other Moody Monday bit that we have to talk about centers around a scuffle, a fight, an issue in the basketball world. For those of you that are Milwaukee Bucks fans or Laker fans, you probably heard about the Rumble in the Jungle LA edition 2017, where Greg Monroe got a little handsy and the Lakers got a little handsy. This is the most action the Lakers have seen all season from their team. Laker fans didn't know what to do with themselves because there was too much energy in the arena for the first time all year.
This is the most relevant either team has been because of this.
I'd like to make an argument the Bucks have been fairly relevant. I'm not a Bucks fan, but they're making a playoff push right now.
Yeah, the Lakers are not relevant.
No,
but
they're
here's
not.
the deal. Fighting in sports.
What about it?
It has a place, and it doesn't have a place.
Okay.
This is just ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I mean, we could talk about the argument of whether or not fighting should be allowed in hockey.
Sure.
But
does that make the sport of hockey better?
I think so.
Okay.
Fighting has declined in hockey over the years, but I think it makes the sport better because it is an element of the game. It's not just some guy throwing a punch because he made fun of your mother. Fighting in hockey, it is an element of the game.
Right.
It's a way of enforcing and making sure that the other team respects certain values of your own team. Fighting in basketball, come on.
Yeah, a little crazy in all honesty.
Beat him on the court.
People are still going off on this whole Tiger Woods thing here. Let me get back to these really fast. Okay. Trevor says Tiger will forever be the needle for the PGA Tour. Okay.
Yeah.
Dave says, when you're the greatest of ever, is it what he has done for the game or the number of wins? Very valid question. I think it's what he's done for the game overall. I don't necessarily know. I mean, even if Tiger never breaks a record, how many people are going to still remember what Tiger Woods has done overall? Like, Tiger Woods you're going to tell your kids in the future, if they're golf fans, about Tiger Woods. Even though, sure, I don't think you have to break every single record to be considered the greatest of all time. Like, it is okay.
That's going to be a debate. It's going to be a debate much like the Tom Brady debate about the greatest being the greatest quarterback, or Michael Jordan being the greatest basketball player.
You're right.
Tiger Woods is going to be debated as one of the greatest of all time, of course, but he will not be
right
at the top of that debate.
Kurt says maybe Tiger can try to play minor league baseball. Seems to be what everybody else is doing nowadays. I've heard there's good money in minor league baseball. Yeah. Well, what position would Tiger even play?
He can't throw. He threw his
Clearly, that's the thing. I feel like he's kind of useless. Like, if
he'd play water boy.
Play water boy.
I don't know.
Sorry, I think that one's not going to hold any water, unfortunately.
Real quick, I think at one point in his career, I think Tiger probably was the greatest of all time.
And across all sports spectrums?
At the peak of his career, I think Tiger Woods was probably the greatest. He probably could have taken on any other golfer that ever existed.
Yes, I 100% agree with you.
But because of his career and his career being cut short, much like Bo Jackson could have been a Hall of Famer in baseball and or football, but his career was cut short. And he's not in the Hall of Fame in either of them.
Yes.
So Tiger Woods is not the greatest golfer of all time because his career basically came to a screeching halt.
Correct. No, I agree with you. I'm not saying that Tiger Woods certainly isn't one of the greatest of all time, but yeah, now people are going off on this hockey on this fighting tangent as a whole. So let's get to this fast. We're going to get to Jeff Childs here in just a brief moment. We've got so many things that we're trying to do today, which is phenomenal. We're going to get to Jeff here in just a quick minute, though. Let's see here. Adam was saying, fighting in sports, you got to have it. Peter says fighting in sports is only fun in hockey. Baseball is just 80 dudes in a huddle. Football gets broken up too quickly, and basketball, it's boring. 4 major sports, that is. Trevor says the 2007 Buffalo Sabres fights.
I have a video. I'm gonna post it so you can show it real quick because it's a perfect example of why fighting in hockey is okay and it's not okay in any other sport. You don't have to play the whole video, just the beginning, because it shows. Here, I got to post it here real quick.
Go ahead. You post that real fast. David says soccer's got it figured out. Instead of fighting, just have someone fall down and play possum. Yes, David, you're absolutely right about that. Soccer, notorious for being just babies in that regards.
I mean, who was it? Did you talk about what Peter said on Facebook yet?
I did.
About the baseball just turning into a huddle?
Yes.
That's so funny. It's true. It is. It's hilarious. I love it because when a pitcher throws a ball at somebody, it's dangerous. He's throwing a ball at 98 miles an hour straight at some dude's back. But it's almost hilarious to watch the guy who'd start walking over to first and just sprint towards the mound and just the dugout's
everyone's just
clear.
Like, get him!
What is going on? So they're never going to stop it, but... So, I don't know if you want to show this or not, but I posted it in our...
Working on it.
Okay, that's fine.
Technology is a beautiful thing at times.
It is. But, so here's the backstory. So, in 2007, we just came across the 10-year anniversary of this, too. In 2007...
Only Buffalo sports fans hold
this was
things
probably
like this.
one of the last big hockey brawls.
Okay.
From an influential standpoint. What happened was... The Sabres were making a playoff push, and the Ottawa Senators were also making a playoff push, and they were rivals at that point.
I believe it was Chris Neal, takes a cheap shot to the Sabres captain, who was not a fighter, and it was, from today's standpoint, an illegal hit. There's the hit right there. Chris Drury down on the ice, bleeding. Now, they scuffle for a little bit, but we'll see here in a second when they go back out on the ice. And this is what I mean from and it's gone. So this is what I mean from a respect point of view. This is why fighting in hockey is an element of the game. What they're going to do here is the Sabres end up putting out all of their fighters, all of their bruisers on the ice against the number one line on Ottawa's team, which are not fighters. So they went after one of the Sabres' biggest pieces of their team. They're one of their best players. There's Chris Neal going to the box. I mean, this guy, Chris Drury, can't even get off the ice. I mean, it really is embarrassing.
Just an absolute wreck, basically.
But they need to, the Sabres are like, we need to prove a point. We need to make a point or prove a point. So if you want to fast forward,
where's my best spot to go in this here?
Right before they go back out on the ice. So right there. Yeah, this will be good. So they take off their best players, and here's what's going to happen. You'll see they got 3 guys on the ice who are all fighters. The puck hasn't even dropped yet.
Guys are already starting to go at it.
Oh yeah. This is this guy's first game, too. Imagine coming into the NHL and being a part of one of the biggest brawls in the last 30 years.
Well, he's trying to go for it, tooling around.
Everyone just immediately just starts fighting. It's amazing. Look at this. They're not even playing hockey. This is great.
I mean, what do you do if you're a ref at this point? You just try to get off of it.
I mean, after a certain point, you just kind of
those
let it
guys are just
happen.
hugging there on the bottom corner.
Yep.
They just kind of were holding each other on the butt like, hey, man.
The goalies are going at it. I mean, it really is.
Get
it's amazing.
him!
So this is in hockey.
I'm sure the fans just love that.
In hockey, it's okay.
It.
In hockey, it's okay because
of course
you won't see this anymore just because it has kind of faded out a little bit. But it's still an element. It's still a part of the keeping the respect of your team. And in basketball, in baseball, in football, it's just beat him on the field, beat him on the court, but it's not. It shouldn't be an element of any other sport.
Right. I completely agree with you on that one.
But yeah, so I thought I'd show that. I thought it was somewhat relevant.
Makes sense to me. All right, let's get to Jeff Childs here, who has been phenomenal, holding on in the background, listening to us talk about hockey fights. Jeff joining us now on the program. Jeff, good afternoon to you, sir. Or good morning, good day to you, I guess, as a whole. How are we doing today?
Yeah, Baxter, good afternoon to you as well. Yeah, it's Eastern time for me here in Ann Arbor, so 12:22 p.m.
All right, I was accurate then. That's a good statement then. I guess I forget that you are. I always never know where Michigan is actually located. Some days when it comes to time zones,
we're not that far.
Well, yeah, but it's the strangest
It's across
thing.
Lake Michigan, literally. We're right there.
Hey, that's a big lake, man. People get lost over there. It's scary times for sure. But Jeff, good to hear from you, sir. First and foremost, do you need to do any bragging based off of how some of the Michigan teams may or may not have fared over the weekend?
I promise, for your sake, Baxter, being a hardcore Badger fan, I will not do any bragging, but I did enjoy the hockey conversation, so that's common ground right there.
There you go. Well, now remind me, Jeff, you're a Wolverines fan or are you a State guy? I always forget.
I'm a Michigan alum.
Okay, so there you go then.
There you go.
So go blue there, I guess. That solves that. I mean, you and I are actually on a common ground right now, Jeff, just purely because I have Michigan winning the national championship. So I'm a little torn in that regards, and I've come under some heat because of that. As my fellow Badger fans are like, come on. I'm like, Badgers aren't going to win the national championship, so everybody calm down. But your thoughts, though, about how the Wolverines have been faring and their big upset over number 2 Louisville.
Well, this is a magical story, and one that I don't think we'll see come around very often here. And certainly in Michigan history, it's unprecedented as far as the adversity that this team went through. Now that the run that they're on is just an unbelievable run. And they keep defying the odds, right? They keep defying every single odd. I mean, people thought that Oklahoma State would outshoot Michigan. Michigan wins in a shootout there by a point. They sink 16 three-pointers. And then just when the opposition thinks that they have John Beilein, Michigan's coach, figured out, he turns around and adjusts his game plan in a way that only he can and beats a Louisville team by beating them up inside and beating them up off the dribble. So this team, time and time again, it doesn't matter what kind of opponent they're facing. It doesn't matter what kind of style they're facing. John Beilein is one of the best at adjusting on the fly and making things happen. And I talked about it on my radio show, Inside the Huddle with Michael Spath this morning, and we talked about how this team, no matter what adversity they face, it's some kind of short memory and a special kind of composure that they have, no matter who they're facing. to put together a winning game plan.
Talking with Jeff Childs here on Halftime. Jeff, the big story, at least circulating right now, has been the loss of Villanova and the loss of Duke as well. Did you have either of those two teams going fairly deep in the tournament, and which of those two losing are you more surprised by?
I did not have Duke advancing that much further in my tournament. I did have, however, Villanova in my Final Four, so my bracket is officially busted. But hats off to your Badgers, Baxter, for what they did to the defending national champions. And I've seen it with Wisconsin and Michigan facing Wisconsin twice this year. Wisconsin is such a dangerous inside-out team. They can hit you with Nigel Hayes inside, and he really bullied Villanova's interior players in that game. And Bronson Koenig, who dealt with a lot of issues this year coming back from injury, he is a threat from the perimeter as well. And then, of course, Ethan Happ, who, whether you play him, whether you count on him offensively or defensively, he's going to rebound. He's going to make life tough inside. And I don't think that Villanova saw a team like that in Wisconsin, who's used to being a physical team in the Big Ten. I just don't think as prepared as I'm sure Jay Wright was, I don't think the Wildcats were kind of prepared for what Wisconsin was going to throw at them in waves in that game.
When you're talking about Wisconsin beating Villanova, I mean, you can even look at, Middle Tennessee. I know some of these teams aren't necessarily relevant anymore, but Middle Tennessee, South Carolina beating Duke. I mean, are some of these teams really that good, or are they just seeded, I guess, worse than where they should be at? I mean, Wisconsin beating Villanova and South Carolina beating Duke, I don't think anybody, at least in my tournaments that I'm in, had either of those teams beating their respective opponents.
No, I would agree with you. I don't think a lot of people picked Villanova to pull that upset. I wasn't entirely surprised about what South Carolina did to Duke. Duke has a lot of great shooters on that team, from Luke Kennard to Grayson Allen, who can really hurt you with their jump shooting and the way they can shoot the ball from the outside. But South Carolina, Michigan went down to Carolina back in, I think it was December, and South Carolina blew Michigan's doors off. We've all seen what Michigan's done, so I remember watching that game and thinking, boy, this is going to be a short season for Michigan if they can't match up well with South Carolina, and give them credit. I mean, their first tournament win in, 44 years, and that was, again, another team that I think South Carolina's physicality and their resilience kind of wore Duke down in that game. And a lot of people don't give a lot of respect to the SEC, but you look now, and Florida's still in it. South Carolina got their first tournament win in 4 decades, and of course Kentucky with a great win over Wichita State. So the SEC and the Big Ten, surprising, I'm sure, a lot of people nationally with the runs they've made.
Two other teams, too, Jeff, that have really just kind of thrown me for a loop have been West Virginia and then Xavier as well, too. Xavier, an 11 seed, just winning by not even just double digits, winning by 20, if not more than that, against the third-ranked FSU. I'm still a little surprised by that, but maybe, and I've said this before to you, maybe my ignorance with FSU, I guess I didn't know as much of a basketball school, I guess, that the Seminoles are. But your thoughts about that just absolute beatdown that Xavier put on FSU. Now they got to go take on an Arizona team.
Yeah, that was an incredible performance. I was here at the radio station on Sunday. I was watching a few other games. I didn't catch all of it. I saw the highlights, but I guess we shouldn't be surprised with Xavier in the Big East and what the Big East has done in the tournament. But I honestly, Baxter, I had Florida State advancing pretty far in my bracket. I didn't have them in my Final Four, but I thought for sure that with the ACC schedule that the Seminoles have played, that they would be prepared for a game like this. And then Xavier in this game, they get 29 points from Trayvon Blewett, a guy that Michigan recruited at one point. They get 14 points from Kaiser Gates off the bench. And I don't think, again, another team there, Florida State, was ready for both the starters and the bench contributors that Xavier threw at them in that game. So that was as many shocks as we've seen over the weekend in the NCAA tournament, with Villanova going down and now with Florida State going down. I am right with you. I did not pick Xavier to win that game in a rout.
Now, I had Villanova being my first team to go, my first 1 seed, to go down. I wasn't sure who they were going to lose to. I just had an itch that maybe they would be the first to go down, and I was right. So I'm not fully or completely full of BS, but
you did say a 16 would take down a 1.
I did. I said maybe this was the year.
I'll give you half credit for the 1 seed.
It didn't
losing.
happen. Okay. But looking at the other 1 seeds going forward in Gonzaga, Kansas, and UNC, who's the next 1 seed to fall if it is going to happen anytime soon?
Well, I mean, my bracket wants it to be North Carolina because I have the Zags winning the national championship. But I think it's hard to pick against North Carolina the way that they've finished the season. They've been a really, really good team, hard for the opposition to play. I think I'm gonna stick with Gonzaga. I have them winning the national championship. They had a good performance against Northwestern, even though it was a bit of a controversial ending, and I'm not sure how the official missed the hand for the net, which blew my mind. But anyway, Gonzaga escapes. I really don't think Gonzaga is gonna lose, and this is a hard question between Kansas and North Carolina. I guess if I had to pick one, I would say North Carolina. I think Kansas and Gonzaga are two of the stronger teams left in the tournament.
I have one more question. What do you think about LeVar Ball?
I think LeVar Ball is doing a little more harm than good to his son. I mean, his heart is in the right place, to be sure, but we've seen a lot of this in the past in sports with overbearing sports parents, you might say, and of course Tiger Woods' dad, Earl Woods. All of the boasting that he put on was validated and turned out to be true. But I think LeVar Ball and all his boasting needs to maybe take a back seat here. And he's going even further on the scale of ridiculousness by saying that he could take Michael Jordan one-on-one. LeVar Ball needs to just sit down and be quiet for a little bit for his son's sake and his family's sake, because let's be honest, this can't be very easy for the Ball family.
So Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley, LeVar Ball, and Donald Trump. Who wins?
In what relevance? I guess that would be my follow-up question. Is there a relevance?
I guess not. I don't know.
And like mud wrestling, like gummy worm eating, like
hot dog eating contest.
Hot dog eating contest. Yeah. There you go, Jeff. Who wins out of those?
Who wins?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, talking hot dog eating contest, maybe LeVar Ball would win that one.
Yeah. Good stuff. All right, Jeff. Man. Well, on that happy note, we're going to have to let you run. Where can people continue to find you and hear you as well, too, with everything that you got going on?
Yeah, sure, Baxter. They can listen to me, Sports Talk 1050 WTK in Ann Arbor. And if you're not in Ann Arbor and Southeast Michigan, you can listen to us live on WTK.com. We also have a podcast. Go to Audio Boom or iTunes. Search Inside the Huddle to listen to us. And then you can follow me on Twitter at Jeff Childs, GEOFF, at Jeff Childs, ITH.
Good stuff. Appreciate it, Jeff. We'll talk to you soon, sir. Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys. Have a good afternoon.
No problem. You as well, too. There goes Jeff Childs, one of our college sports insiders. I should probably take a hot look at those comment section here real fast to make sure people were
We should have a hot dog eating contest between all the daily hosts.
I'll just concede to you.
Okay.
Because I can
maybe
just get like 2.
Chalk that one up in the win count.
There you go.
All right.
There you go. Going back to that hockey thing, David says, it's on when the goalkeepers throw down. That's absolutely correct.
That doesn't happen very often, ever.
Yeah.
That probably won't happen ever again.
Adam wants to know, did I see this right last night? There's only one perfect bracket left.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I would, there's a good possibility.
At this point, I would like to assume very close to that, yes. And then David says, I presume Tanner meant who wins in a hockey fight when you were asking that last question with a 4.
I don't know who would win in a hockey fight.
MJ, because Charles and LeVar are tall and wide. MJ's a little lanky. Trump is just orange.
Trump would be sitting on the sidelines going, I already won. Don't worry about it. I'm not gonna hurt myself.
Yes.
You guys duke it out for second place.
Yeah. I could see that.
Yeah.
That would be fun. I don't know. Adam believes that Gonzaga is going to fall to West Virginia.
We'll see.
We'll have to find out.
I could see that happening.
So, arguably, the greatest person ever alive. Actually, before we do any of this, do you need a beer? I'd be happy to go get you a beer.
No,
if you'd like a beer.
I don't.
You don't want a beer?
I mean, if you think, okay.
I can go get you a beer.
Do you want to? What do you want me to talk about while you do this?
I don't know. What would you like to talk about? We could thank Jeff, obviously, for just joining us. So a special thanks to Jeff Childs for jumping in here and giving us some college basketball stuff. It's totally up to you. You don't have to have a beer if you don't want to. I just was feeling like
you're like,
in the spirit.
We're halfway through the show. Tanner could use a beer.
Well, you haven't gotten any of the hashtag hate yet about.
Well, that's why I'm surprised no one has even come on and said, "Where's Tanner's beer?"
¿Dónde está la beer? You don't have to have you don't have to have a beer. I'm not trying to force you to do anything you don't want to do.
This is peer pressure.
No, not at all. I was a homeschool kid. What do I know about peer pressure?
I'll have one.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Should I just walk away? You just gonna talk?
Just
a little tight shot there on you, and I'll walk away for a hot moment.
All right. Tom Brady's jersey was found, guys. Tom Brady's jersey was found. Apparently, an international press, a member of the international media, took the jersey, and he was also linked to the jersey that was stolen from the Patriots-Seahawks Super Bowl. That one not worth as much as the most recent Super Bowl jersey, which is estimated of a value up to about $500,000, which is absolutely incredible. I don't know. Thank you. You're amazing.
I do
What do you got there?
I got a strongbow.
Oh.
Did you want a strongbow instead?
No, this will do.
I don't even know what I grabbed you. I just
Munich
grabbed
style lager, old reliable. Why not?
Old reliable.
Sure.
I also found out, to chime into what your Brady topic is,
Okay.
I'll give you my 2 cents in a hot moment about that after I pour my beer. Apparently, the same media member also stole cleats and a jersey from Von Miller from Super Bowl 50 as well.
How do these people keep? I mean, it took them this many years to figure it out. And
I don't understand.
It's a serial thief.
Somebody find this man and put him away.
I mean, they did. Well, they did find him.
Well, yeah.
He's in Mexico.
FBI. Well,
He was in Mexico. I could have told you that.
should have built the wall
I could have
sooner.
told you that.
If we'd have had the wall.
If you asked me, I would have told you he was in Mexico.
Tom Brady supports me.
Tom Brady, we golf all the time together. He's one of my favorite guys. He's the greatest wide receiver of all time. Tom Brady, he's the best. I love Detroit.
Best polo player ever.
It's the greatest polo player ever. I love Tom Brady. We have dinner all the time together.
Me, Ivanka, Melania.
A nice Italian restaurant known as Olive Garden.
Classic cuisine.
Classic cuisine.
Their buy one, take one home. It's phenomenal. The White House, they don't cook good.
All you can eat breadsticks. You can't beat it.
Oh, the
you
soup
can't
and
beat
salad.
it. They're the best. They're the best.
This is an awkward
They're the
moment
best.
for my beers. Well, maybe not.
Wow.
There we go.
Look at you.
It made it. Lord have mercy.
It's amazing. I can smell that cider from here.
14.9 fluid ounces. What?
Just make
Why?
Make it an even 15.
What the heck, Strongbow? 14.9?
What is wrong with the world?
This is what's wrong with the world.
This is what's wrong with the world.
They don't know how to round
14.9
up.
ounces.
Round up.
Let's just round it up to 15. Call it 16. I don't care.
Okay, can we talk about Tom Brady's jersey
Terrible.
now?
Yes, hit me.
No, you hit me. I got to open my beer now.
Fine.
It's your turn to talk.
Adam wants to know if they found Tom Brady's manhood yet.
No, that's still gone.
He's got 5 Super Bowls. What do you need to know about manhood? Really? I don't know what you need to make an argument for. I'm going to carefully maneuver this over my laptop.
Giselle still has that, in her pocket.
There could be worse people to have your manhood.
Yeah, I guess.
You know?
Jeez.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Throw that jersey out. Throw that jersey stealing communist in jail is what Robert says. Couldn't have said it better myself, Robert. Freaking jersey stealing communist.
I figured it out. You just wanted a beer. And you just
No, it has nothing to do with it. I wanted you to have a beer.
okay.
So that way Jeff can come on
Yeah,
and
that's
heckle
true.
you.
Yeah, well, something needed to happen.
Yeah. I do love how the FBI was involved in this, though. If you're the FBI director, and you're like, all right, guys, we still need to figure out the guys that took out the Twin Towers. We need this bombing in Oklahoma, and Tom Brady's jersey's missing. We're going to put all our eggs in a basket and go after the jersey.
It's valued up to $500,000.
Nobody died.
I don't think it's. I wouldn't pay $500,000 for that thing, but.
You've also never won 5 Super Bowls.
At that point, it is a felony. That's somebody be the same thing as like robbing a bank, essentially.
Well, yeah, obviously.
And this guy
Robbing a bank is not good.
No,
Sir.
We do not promote robbing banks on this show. But I'm glad that they found his jersey.
What if a guy named Robin robs a bank? Or what if Rob Lowe robbed Rob
Lowe? How do they go? Rob Lowe.
How many lows could Rob Lowe rob if Rob Lowe could rob lows? There you go. That's your Moody Monday. This has been a great edition. We'll see you guys.
Unbelievable.
Just kidding. We have 20 more minutes of the show.
Okay.
You can't get rid of us yet.
You can't get rid of us.
You jersey stealing communists. Robert
right,
says to get him a beer. I got him a beer. I am a hot dog fan. Baxter isn't a hot dog fan unless they're co-hosts. I'm not sure what that means.
Safe to say, Cowboys are no longer America's team. The FBI backs the Pats. Thanks, Robert.
I mean, I guess so. Fun fact, Stephon Gilmore had a baby girl the same day he signed with the Patriots, named her Giselle.
Oh, my God. Is that real?
Dear God. Somebody get an intern on that and find out if that's for real.
He's like, hey.
Trevor, if that actually happened,
like,
post a link.
It's like, Tom, look, I don't know if this is weird, but I named my daughter after your wife. If that's weird, I'm sorry, but like, if you wanted to go like hang out after practice today, I would love to do that. I hate
Stefan. You're reaching, Stefan. You're reaching.
God, he is one of my least favorite people right now.
Well, yeah. I don't understand. Why is Jeff yelling at me for heckling? He just says heckle. Yeah, I say the word heckle. I say a lot of crazy stuff, okay? Get over it, folks. I say weird things.
So Tom Brady's jersey is found. Along with his other one from, I mean.
Do we care about the fact that his jersey was found? Did he care?
I care.
Why do you care?
As much as I hate Tom Brady, it was unfortunate that his jersey was stolen.
Well, yeah.
And I didn't think that ever.
If my microphone was stolen,
that
I
they
would
figured
be
out
mad.
who was, and it's amazing that this guy is linked to multiple other thefts that I didn't even know Von Miller's cleats were stolen. Why was that not in the media?
I just got the notification a little bit ago.
I didn't know Tom Brady's jersey was stolen after the Seahawks Super Bowl until this jersey was stolen, and it's amazing that they found. What this guy just decided not to sell it.
Yeah,
he held on to it for this long. It's amazing.
I don't understand.
But the jerseys are being authenticated right now. I'm assuming.
How do you authenticate a jersey? Tom, did you wear this?
That's a good question.
Yep. All right, it's
All right, it's good. We're good.
Case closed.
Does this grass stain look like yours?
Do you think this was made on this field? Like, what do they do? Do they? I don't know.
I don't know.
Carbon fiber? No, what is it? Carbon dated? Radio? Carbon? What is it?
Relative dating?
No, isn't it like?
I'm pretty sure it is.
Carbon.
I know what you're saying, but yes, okay.
What is it though?
Carbon dating.
Is it carbon? Just carbon dating?
I'm not a scientist.
Dang it, Tanner! You went to college.
Somebody figure this out. Can we get an intern over here? Unbelievable.
Can't be expected to work under these conditions. Yeah, authorities believe that they located Brady's jersey. Like, I just want to. This is what I feel like. It's like the hallowed streets of Mexico City. The FBI comes busting down the streets. They break open a guy's door, and he's just sitting on his bed holding his Tom Brady jersey and wearing the other one, basically, being like, "You'll never take me alive."
So is he? Can we consider him is he just in love with Brady? Is he the stalker? He's like, oh my god.
Is he my son, Brady?
He's got a Tom Brady. Yeah.
This is my daughter, Brady. This is my wife, Brady. I am Jose Brady.
He has a.
He is my brother.
His closet is just like a Tom Brady mural that he worships.
Yes, he has candles.
He has no intentions of selling any of the memorabilia, but he just he worships the god known as Tom Brady.
I would buy a Tom Brady jersey. Fun fact.
Oh my god.
I don't understand. Why? Why is this such a big deal? Take him out of the Patriots and let him still keep his accolades. Would you not want a jersey of one of the greatest players ever? Why not?
This is Tom Brady.
Just because he plays for the Patriots.
Just because he's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time does not mean I have to like him.
What if Tom Brady played his entire career for the St. Louis Rams, now the LA Rams? Would you still hate him?
No.
Okay. It's only because he played for the Patriots. That's the only reason you hate him.
Well, yeah.
Tom Brady
I was talking with a fan from Boston yesterday.
A fan from Boston?
Obnoxious
one of your own fans?
Thing in the world, but
Adam says I need to take a walk. All right.
Yes.
Thanks, Adam.
I was talking to a fan from Boston yesterday, and he told me that he felt bad for me because we played in the same division as his team. Is this the most arrogant thing somebody from New England can say? Probably, but I've heard worse. He told me he felt bad for me because my team happened to play in the same division as his, and that's why we would never make the playoffs. Is he right? Absolutely, he's right.
You don't see Packer fans or Lions fans. You don't
No,
find
but you see Bears fans who hate the Packers because of Aaron Rodgers. Would a Bears fan buy a Aaron Rodgers jersey? No. Would I? Absolutely, I would. Because Aaron Rodgers is not and has not been beating up my team for the last 15 years. Bill Belichick has been beating up the Bills since 1990. He was the defensive coordinator for the Giants for the first of 4 consecutive Super Bowl losses for the Bills. So I do not have to like the Patriots. I do not have to like Bill Belichick, and I do not have to like Tom Brady. Is he the greatest quarterback of all time? Yes. I will admit that. I do not have to like him.
I didn't say you had to like him.
You were telling me I need to buy a jersey.
I didn't say you had to buy a jersey.
I would never.
I just asked you if you would.
No.
Okay. Argument's done then.
What is wrong with you?
What is wrong with you? Your beer's getting warm.
It's not. It's still very cold.
Dang it. God. Speaking of goats.
Okay.
Rodger Federer.
Yo, sick transition, man.
Thank you.
Rodger Federer, is he the greatest of all time?
Yes.
Okay, that settles that debate.
All right. Next subject.
It's amazing. How does he keep doing it? He keeps winning.
28 Grand Slams he's been a part of. He's won
35.
18.
He's 35, and he's ranked number 6 in the world right now.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
He has 90 titles overall, 18 Grand Slams. Mm-hmm. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. 98 total.
98
if you're counting doubles.
Yes.
Nobody counts doubles, but if you were counting doubles.
Is that it? Yeah.
98 total. 98 is hard to do in tennis. 90 is hard to do in tennis.
So he turned pro in 1998. He's 35.
Yes.
He's been pro for 17, 18, 19 years. It's amazing.
Yeah. I'm looking at his career right now. Like, since 2003.
He's ranked 6th in the world right now. He's 35 years old.
Yeah. YOLO. I thought you said he was older than that.
35.
No, I don't know.
He's been pro since 1990.
Okay. Since 2003, he's never finished a tournament lower than a runner-up. From what I'm looking at right now. Unless I'm totally reading this wrong.
I find that very hard to believe, but if that's true, wow.
I could be totally wrong. Like in certain tournaments here.
It must be, yeah.
Wimbledon Wimbledon, Australian Open, 2003, 2004, like 2006, he finished as the runner-up to Rafael Nadal in the French Open in 2006.
It's amazing.
2007, same deal. 2008 in French Open and Wimbledon, Australian Open, 2009.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, he's good.
So
he's real good.
Going back to, oh my God, this is amazing. He, for the last 15, 17 now, 8. Okay, here it is. This is where it gets edgy.
Did you figure it out?
He has been in the top 10 essentially for the last 15 years.
Okay.
Top 5 for most of that time.
Sure.
Number 1 for most of that time. Aside from maybe a month where he was ranked like 15th.
Is that even?
I'm serious.
I know. He is literally insane.
And
literally insane.
Recently, the last couple months, he has been in the top 16.
Yeah.
That is the worst of his
Robert
entire
is trying
career.
to make an argument here for Dvorak.
Okay.
Right? That's no.
Greatest of all time.
Djokovic, not Dvorak. Dvorak is a composer. Pardon me.
He can't beat him, but, he's not the greatest.
No, he says top 3.
His stats are not even close.
Correct. But can he beat him? But he can beat him for sure. Top 3 for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
It's hard to argue against it.
Okay.
It really is. Federer, Agassi.
What about Johnny McEnroe?
Johnny Mac.
I want to hang out with Johnny Mac.
Everybody wants to hang out with Johnny Mac.
I have a beer with.
Everybody.
Can we get him on the show?
You want to get a drink with everybody?
Can we get him on the show? Yeah.
Is Johnny McEnroe still alive?
Yeah. Still kicking butt, taking names.
Is he?
Yeah, he was in a movie with Adam Sandler.
How long ago?
Long time ago. Mr. Deeds. Still alive, don't worry. Oh my God! So Trevor posted in the comments the article.
The Stephon Gilmore.
That Stephon Gilmore named his daughter Giselle. Look at his face in that picture too, because it just looks like he's like gazing into Tom's eyes, like. Yes.
I can't find the article here. I don't see it in my side of the comments, at least.
Well, figure it out, man.
Okay.
Okay.
How about you figure yourself out, and then we'll figure the rest out.
All right.
You know what else people are mad at the world about?
Nope.
No?
What?
You don't have any idea?
Nope.
Well, they're mad, first of all, about the,
I think I know what you're going to talk about.
the big thing.
What's the big thing?
No, you know, the thing.
The thing?
The people are talking about.
The people are talking about?
Yeah, with that other thing.
Is it all over the place?
It's all over the place.
You talking about March Madness?
No.
Oh, the other thing.
Yeah, the other thing. You know that thing that people talk about?
The NBA?
Yes.
Okay.
You know why people are mad about the NBA?
Why are people mad about the NBA?
Well, the reason I asked people are mad about the NBA, Tanner. Thank you for asking. Glad you asked.
Yeah, I was asking.
People are mad about the NBA because they keep resting their star players for nationally televised broadcasts.
You're telling me they're resting players that don't need to be on the court at the time of the thing?
Yes, Tanner. Yes, you're absolutely correct.
Okay. Tell me what's going on.
So the big issue is that the NBA, not necessarily even the players, the NBA is losing their damn minds because
Yes.
teams, when they play on national television, so ABC, ESPN, blah, 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 are resting players. Mostly the most notable version of this recently is when the big three from Cleveland sat in their most recent game against the Clippers.
Who cares?
Exactly.
Why? So you're telling me that the team should be forced to play LeBron James
all the time on national television?
I don't have a problem with encouraging it, but it's a coach's decision. The fans and the media have no influence on what the coach does and what the team does.
Yeah.
It shouldn't matter. I get it. From a rating standpoint, yes, it absolutely makes sense. That's where all the money is for the sport, for any sport.
Mm-hmm.
When I tune into NBC to watch, or NBC Sports to watch Cleveland take on the Lakers, I want to see LeBron James play. You know what I mean? I don't care.
Yeah.
But if he's sitting, it's not a big deal. The playoffs are coming up. They want to rest their players. So what?
Correct.
Did they still win?
No.
Okay. Well, who cares?
Clippers won. The big thing, too, and what's his face there? LeBron came out and it was like, I don't think the NBA can do anything about it. He said, at the end of the day, it sucks at times where certain guys have to rest, but certain guys need rest. Yeah. Absolutely. Basically, the NBA is saying, look, if you're going to rest your players, can you rest them the game before? Can you rest them the game after? Just don't rest them when we're trying to build a brand on national television.
I get that.
The NBA just wants money, and they're mad because their big money makers sat. Get over it, NBA. Nobody gives a stuff about yours. Yeah.
Wow.
NBA.
I don't know what to do with my hands. We've peaked. Baxter got me a beer. He's coming close to throwing cusses out there. Here's the deal.
What is the deal?
The coach can do whatever he wants.
Deal.
The organization can do whatever they want. The NBA can't force them to play certain people. Can they voice their opinion? Yeah, it makes sense. I get it. I still don't care, though.
Yeah, I agree.
If they win, who cares? From the owner probably doesn't care if they're winning, bringing in championships.
Well, they do. They want their best players on the team. You're not gonna if Tristan Thompson's on the floor for the Cavs and LeBron's on the bench. Nobody's gonna come to that game if that's public knowledge.
That's true.
You know,
I wouldn't go to that game.
If I'm Joe the viewer, I'm like, all right, let's go. And I head to a game and I'm like, oh, LeBron's not playing tonight.
For this, it's a $10 hot dog.
I'd be so upset. I'd be so upset. Yeah. Robert makes a good point. He said, rule of thumb when buying your tickets to see great players play on great teams, that seems a little redundant, buy them early on in the season in case they do rest them. Makes sense.
Adam brings up a good point. I did not know this. So in the English Premier League, the Europeans do everything better.
The Europeans are just freaking acts. They make great beer. They just do life better.
In the English Premier League and English Cups, you get fined $15,000. I'm assuming that's pounds.
15,000 pounds.
If you rest star players for televised matches. Isn't every match televised?
Well, that's the thing. Yes, every match is televised, but like you know, FS Wisconsin or FS whatever, it's on Fox Sports. But if it's not on NBC or ABC, like the Premier League, they have a deal with NBC.
Yes.
So yes, like we have the NFL on Fox. Like it's a nationally televised game, but
isn't Fox Soccer Plus or something?
Yeah, that's another thing. Okay. Nobody cares about Fox Soccer Plus. But like NBC though, like if you've got like your big game on NBC that the Premier Leagues do, I think every Saturday, Sunday or something like that. They do their big games. Like all the other games are televised, obviously, because we have highlights. We know that somebody's in the stadium with a camcorder taking reel to reel. Like we get it. Right. But yes, if you are not playing your best players. So if Cristiano Ronaldo, who doesn't play in the Premier League, is playing in a game and he decides to sit for a nationally televised game or an internationally televised game, yes, you're going to get fined for that, which is stupidity. Why even bother playing the game if you're not going to play your biggest and best stars?
I don't know.
You're hurting your team. You're hurting the product. You're making you and the league look crazy.
I understand that. But in the NBA, nobody cares. Nobody around the world cares about the NBA.
You're right.
If you want to sit
Except
LeBron,
it's one of the most internationally acclaimed leagues in the world.
I have no idea why.
China, the Asians love everything, so you can't really. That's a bad example. Forgive me.
North Korea loves basketball.
They think they want to nuke the world with basketballs.
Oh my god.
No, too soon.
Final thoughts on that topic. I think it's ridiculous.
I agree.
I don't really care.
I think it's ridiculous.
Let them
I think
do what they want to do. It's not. We're not talking about football.
Are we talking about practice?
I'd be like, if Bill Belichick's sitting Tom Brady in Week 8, that's going to be a little weird.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you've got a Monday night football game, Patriots, Packers, Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady, and it's Brett Hundley versus Jimmy Garoppolo on purpose. Nobody in their right mind is going to watch that game.
I might watch it.
I would totally watch it. I'd be like, let's go. What is this game going to look like? Like, I can't even imagine Al Mike, who I don't even know who does Monday Night Football anymore, but Can you imagine those guys, though, trying to, like, pull stats? Like, remember when Brett Hundley played that one game last year, and Jimmy Garoppolo played those 2 games? Like, here are their career stats in third down. I'm like, well, yeah, of course their stats look great. They've had one game to play.
It's not.
I think it would be fun.
That's my point, though.
One game a year.
That's my point.
Every team should be forced to play everybody that's not a starter, like a consistent starter.
Wow.
I think
it would be
phenomenal.
Preseason.
No, in a regular season game. How else are teams supposed to get good and and do that?
You build a developmental league.
Wouldn't that be something?
It's being talked about. We'll talk about that another day.
I agree. David says hashtag bring back the XFL.
Yeah.
No. Terrible idea. Just terrible.
Jeez.
We are almost out of time.
Okay, so start, sit, cut.
Start, sit, cut! We need, like, sound effects, like the lights need to flicker. Here, I'll make it. Here. Hang on.
I don't know what's going on anymore in this place. Are you going to strobe it? Yeah. All right. Start, sit, cut.
Start, sit, cut.
Yeah. You're going to keep those like that, right?
Absolutely.
Should we throw like a disclaimer out there for people who are sensitive to strobing lights?
You're like, whoa,
Okay. Start, sit, cut.
Sergeant General does not. No, that's not it.
Start, sit,
All right,
cut.
your
What
first
do you got?
start, sit, cut. You kind of did this to Jeff earlier. UNC, Kansas, and Gonzaga are the last 3 remaining 1 seeds. Start one, sit one, cut one. Basically, when you're saying start, you're saying that team has the best chance of winning the national championship. The cut one is the one who has the least greatest chance of winning the national championship. Go.
I have there's no rhyme to my reason for this, but starting UNC because I have them winning my tournament solely because they haven't won a national championship in a while. And they're due. Sitting Kansas because Kansas also hasn't won a national tournament in a while.
Correct.
And they're due. I'm cutting Gonzaga because nobody cares.
Gonzaga.
Is it okay? I had this debate. Is it Zags or Zogs?
Zags.
Okay, so is it Gonzaga or Gonzaga?
Gonzaga.
It's
like
like
Wisconsin.
It's like
Gonzaga. It's not Wisconsin.
Will Wheaton.
Wheaton College.
Say Will. Say Wheaton. Say Will Wheaton. Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton. Cool whip.
Anyways, so I'm starting UNC, sitting Kansas, and cutting Gonzaga because Kansas or UNC are going to win for sure.
Okay, I'm going to cut Kansas. I'm going to sit Gonzaga because I have them going to my championship and losing to Michigan. Go Big Blue. And I've got UNC, who has the greatest chance at starting. Okay. Your next one.
All right, what do you got for me?
Going to the NFL. The Packers, the Patriots, and the Falcons. All 3 had fairly good seasons last year, depending on who you talk about. Who commented? Who said something?
Jimmy says, sit Tanner, cut Baxter, start Jimmy.
Absolutely, Jimmy. Come on in. You're more than welcome to take our jobs.
Sorry, I don't know.
Sit.
Okay.
Why did I get cut? I would like to know the justification behind me getting cut.
Because you got to produce.
Yeah, so you can't cut me. You need me for this entire broadcast to work. I just realized that our lights are going in different colors. Did you realize that?
Yeah, look at that. I'm not opposed.
Can't make it change. Oh, well, whatever.
Trevor
says, cut Tanner, Baxter, and the field. Start Turber. Hashtag Turber's triumph. Go, Turber. All right. Packers, Patriots, and...
Let's throw the Vikings in there, girls.
Packers, Patriots, and Falcons. All 3 had great seasons last year. You're starting the team you think will likely make it to the Super Bowl. And you're cutting the one that has the least amount.
Didn't we already do this when I chose the Patriots?
No, that was just in general with yes, but you didn't have these 2 other teams to weigh in as your possible.
Remember when I cut Villanova in that one?
Yeah, how'd that work out for you?
It worked out.
Maybe you should cut the Patriots.
Yeah. Ooh.
Okay, there you go.
I'm going to cut the Patriots, hoping that they just die off. I'm going to start the Falcons because I want Atlanta to be a relevant sports city, and I'm going to sit the Packers because I love the Packers, and I'm still going to watch them. I'm gonna start the Packers around Week 8 when the Bills are out of the playoffs.
Giving them that long, huh? Wow. I'm going to cut the Falcons because how often do we see this in the sports world, like we saw with Seattle, where there's a surge team for a year, or the Panthers.
Or the 49ers with Colin Kaepernick.
Literally any team from the NFC that surges that's not a normal team, and everyone's like,
they're so good now.
Yeah, Falcons are going to be lucky to win 7 games this year.
I'm a huge Falcons fan.
I've been a Falcons fan since 2016, man. Yeah. Great. Michael Vick, great
my whole life in regards to the year of 2016.
Seriously, man. Everybody remembers Michael Vick.
God.
Great years. Falcons, you're going to get cut. I'm going to sit the Packers because, please. And the Patriots are going to win the Super Bowl in this grouping of 3.
Do we have another one?
What the hell is going on? I've got 26 Facebook notifications. I just literally looked out of... Oh, okay. Someone's just literally going through and just liking everything that's going on. I just kept watching my notifications at the top right corner.
Just keep going up.
I'm like... What is going on?
Oh, my God.
What is going on? Let's see here. David says, start the Patriots, sit the Pack, cut the Falcons. Thank you, David. Point for David. Ding. Patrick says it'll take till week 8. Tanner, come on. You know the Bills better than that. Yes, that's what I was saying, Patrick. And Kurt says the best part of the show, the flashing lights in the background.
Has this ever been done before?
No. We are revolutionizing what Brew Sports is.
The show is always revolutionary.
We have a final start, sit, cut.
Okay, what do you got?
You know how I always try to go outside the box,
Yes.
right? Out of the box. Out of the box.
Yeah, you're a Disney Channel kid, huh? Or is that Nickelodeon?
I don't know. Was that either one of those?
I think it was Disney Channel.
Okay. Only at my grandparents' house.
Okay.
McDonald's, Burger King, and Wendy's.
You know, I gave up fast food for Lent.
Well, that's fine. You don't have to like fast food to make a.
Okay.
McDonald's, Burger
You
King,
start.
Wendy's.
You start.
I'm going to cut Burger King.
You had to think about that long?
I'm
This
going
is
to
your topic.
cut Burger King. You assume I prep for shows.
It's like, which one do I want for lunch? Which one will I never want for lunch?
I'm cutting Burger King. I'm sitting Wendy's because the Frosties give them an extra bonus. And
You're gonna start
McDonald's actually isn't awful depending on the day.
Okay.
Wendy's fries are better though.
Okay.
So that's where my issue lies with all of this.
I'm gonna have to cut Burger King.
You're
Because
gonna
I
cut
feel
Burger
like
King.
they're always in second place, no matter what you're talking about when it comes to fast food.
Okay.
I have no problem going there, but they're always in second place.
Who's this?
Burger King.
Oh yeah. The burgers are strange for me. They have
They're weird.
it just has a
They're
strange
weird.
smell.
It's not real charbroil. It's not real char, so
Yes.
I mean none of this is real. I'm gonna have to sit McDonald's, but I do love the Big Mac. I'm gonna start Wendy's, and it's not because they're never frozen beef, because that's weird to me. Because
like the other guys or whoever they
if
say.
their beef is never frozen, it's probably not a good thing. But their
Yeah, how does
burgers,
that- I
their
never
burgers
understood
are
that.
definitely the best out of the three.
Interesting. Yeah, it's a tough bit for me. Tough bit. Not sure.
Start flashing lights, sit warm beer, cut that weird round metal thing behind Tanner's head. Still got the tag on it in case
It's
we
a
want to return it.
decoration.
Here you go, in case anybody wants it. We're auctioning this off from Pier 1.
From Pier 1. Yes, that's exactly where. Adam says start Wendy's, sit McD's, cut Burger King. Robert says greatest lunch break ever. Y'all are wicked awesome later, guys. Thanks, Robert. You're a phenomenal person. Adam also says Bills will go 7-1 and still not make the playoffs. I totally
7-1
agree.
for the whole season. That's going to be their final record. 7-1.
This isn't college football. You can't just do that. Not possible.
They're going to be like, we're 7-1. We're just going to call it here.
Yeah, we're
above
done.
500.
Shutting it down. Not happening. Holy freaking hell! What just happened?
My dad, Tom, says Mighty Taco. Yes.
does that even mean?
Oh, man. I said that assuming that
I have
everybody
tacos for lunch
I said
today.
that assuming that everybody would know what Mighty Taco is, and no one would know. It's basically like if you took Taco Bell and made it worse, but also injected like crack cocaine in it, and it's just highly addictive, and it's the best thing ever.
Highly addictive.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
amazing. Are you cold?
It's freezing in this studio.
You look like you're about to rob me. I'm telling you right now, the shirt off my back is not going to be worth that much.
How much is the shirt off of your back? Have you done anything
It's
successful?
been estimated at an estimated value of about $50,000 to $150,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Never would have guessed.
Don't tell my fans. Oh my God, this is so weird. I don't
Is
know
there
what to
anything
do
else we need
anymore.
to talk about?
Let's see.
David says, "Can I get a package deal on that metal thing in Tom Brady's jersey?" Yes.
You'd have it.
You can just have it.
Take it.
It is cold in here, though, for those of you that were wondering. And really, how do any of you know that I'm actually talking anymore? Because you don't see my mouth moving anymore.
Yeah, you know what? I don't really know either, to tell you honest. I could sit here like this all day.
Can
Nothing
you?
really,
Let's get a close-up there. Let's get a little close-up. Boom.
It's incredible when you think about what we do on this show.
I really don't
Truly
know.
revolutionary stuff.
It really is. Like,
Truly-
you can't get much better than what we do on Brew Sports.
Truly amazing. Really.
You really can't.
No.
Are we just stalling? Should we just get off the air?
Stalling?
Stalling?
Okay.
Stalling?
Of course, like our stuff on social medias.
that
we're
stuff.
on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're on the Twitter.
Twitterverse.
Brew Sports
Net.
Net.
Don't forget the net.
BrewSportsNet.com for our website. I have a cool bio on there that I wrote about
Do you?
myself. Yeah,
Yeah, you said writing about yourself was the hardest thing you can ever possibly do.
it is. Aside from rooting for the Patriots.
It's true. Patrick says this last 10 minutes has been amazing. Flashing lights. Baxter about to hold up Tanner. That's halftime. Yes.
I didn't even drink my beer today.
I didn't even have a bit of a drink.
Mondays
Dave says,
weird.
wow, great video.
Mondays are weird.
Kurt says, I'm actually delaying my lunch to see how this will end today. Is that a good idea? Maybe not. We really have no idea how to end the show.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
I'm not gonna end it till we get 100 comments, and we're one away. Let's get another comment here so we can have 100 comments. I really don't even care what it's about. It could honestly be about kittens. It can't be you, Tanner. Don't.
It is me.
No. 100. There it is. Well, on that note, folks, special thanks to Jeff Childs for joining us on the program today.
My God.
I am a very hot-faced Baxter Colburn.
I am Banner Turk, and thank you everybody for commenting. This has been a weird show. I think it's pretty obvious.
I agree. Wendy says hello, by the way.
For those of you who are currently seizing because of our special effects, our practical effects on this set, it is amazing what we do here on the halftime. It's truly a revolutionary show. If there's anything that you ever want to talk about or see, if there's a video that you want us to feature and discuss, you can send it to our page on Brew Sports, and we will talk about it in a future episode. But yes, you are our eyes and ears in the sports world, which is why we love having you as a part of our discussion, because I don't know what I'm talking about.
No, I sure as hell don't either.
I don't. But Villanova was the first 1 seed to fall, so I'm not completely full of snot.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first.
You're a man, a myth,
why do I feel like I should be taking off my shirt or something? Unbelievable.
All right, guys, this has been fun. Join us back here for happy hour at 4 p.m. Central Time on the Brew Sports Network. If not, come back for halftime tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Time. Go to our website, brewsportsnet.com. Tanner is officially done and on the floor drinking excessively. He's Tanner Burke. I'm Baxter Colburn. Thanks to Jeff Childs. I don't know what's going on. Thank you guys for watching. We have the best fans. We love you all so much. We'll see you guys tomorrow on halftime. Have a great rest of your day, everybody.